Welcome friends. Welcome to this briefing on updates on West Asia developments. Today we will begin with updates from Petroleum Ministry. Over to you, Sujata.
नमस्कार। वेस्ट एशिया क्राइसिस के चलते हमारे यहाँ सप्लाईज अफेक्ट हुई हैं, परंतु हमारी जो डोमेस्टिक एलपीजी सप्लाई है, पेट्रोल और डीजल वगैरह की सप्लाई है, वो नॉर्मल है। घरेलू एलपीजी के संबंध में मैं ये बताना चाहूँगी कि किसी डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर पर कोई ड्राई आउट रिपोर्टेड नहीं है। कल भी हमने लगभग 50 लाख से अधिक घरों में एलपीजी का सिलेंडर पहुंचाया है। हमारा ऑनलाइन बुकिंग 98% है और डिलीवरी ऑथेंटिकेशन कोड के साथ डिलीवरी लगभग 93% है। कमर्शियल एलपीजी भी 70% तक रेस्टोर्ड है और कल लगभग 8,200 टन कमर्शियल एलपीजी की भी सेल हुई है। 14 मार्च से लेकर अब तक लगभग 79 लाख से अधिक 19 किलो के सिलेंडर्स की सेल हुई है और ये क्वांटिटी लगभग 1,50,000 टन होती है। इसके अलावा ऑटो एलपीजी के संबंध में भी मैं बताना चाहूँगी कि फरवरी के महीने में पब्लिक सेक्टर ऑयल मार्केटिंग कंपनीज के द्वारा ऑटो 177 टन पर डे ऑटो एलपीजी की सेल होती थी, जो अब अप्रैल में लगभग 296 टन पर डे है। ये बेसिकली इसलिए है कि बहुत सारा जो प्राइवेट जो कंपनीज थी सेल करती थी, उनका भी शेयर पब्लिक सेक्टर ऑयल मार्केटिंग कंपनीज पर शेयर शिफ्ट हुआ है और पब्लिक सेक्टर ऑयल मार्केटिंग कंपनी का सेल में लगभग 67% का इंक्रीज है। अगर स्टेट्स वाइज देखें तो कर्नाटका, तमिलनाडु, तेलंगाना, राजस्थान और वेस्ट बंगाल में ऑटो एलपीजी के सेल में काफ़ी बढ़ोतरी देखी जा रही है। 5 किलो के सिलेंडर में के संबंध में मैं बताना चाहूँगी कि जैसा आप जानते हैं कि इसकी संख्या काफ़ी इंक्रीज की जा चुकी है। कल तक लगभग 100 अवेयरनेस कैंप किए जा चुके हैं और इन कैंप्स में लगभग 80,000 5 किलो के सिलेंडर्स की सेल हुई है। इसके अलावा मैं 16.5 लाख 5 किलो के सिलेंडर्स की सेल की जा चुकी है। पीएनजी नेटवर्क के संबंध में जैसा कि आप जानते हैं कि भारत सरकार का ये प्रयास रहा है कि पीएनजी नेटवर्क को एक्सपैंड किया जाए ताकि एलपीजी के ऊपर जो प्रेशर है वो भी कम हो। और इसके अलावा राज्य सरकारों से भी को लिखा गया, सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट मिनिस्ट्रीज को भी पत्र लिखे गए और जिसके फलस्वरूप डीपीआईटी, पेसो, मॉर्थ वगैरह ने भी इंस्ट्रक्शन इशू की हैं और उन इंस्ट्रक्शंस के अकॉर्डिंग जितनी भी एप्लीकेशंस हैं उनको जल्दी डिस्पोजल के लिए कहा गया है। स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स को भी रिक्वेस्ट किया गया है कि जितनी भी पेंडिंग एप्लीकेशंस हैं उनको डीम्ड अप्रूवल दें। इस संबंध में मैं ये बताना चाहूँगी कि मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ फॉरेस्ट, एनवायरनमेंट, फॉरेस्ट एंड क्लाइमेट चेंज ने भी एक ऑर्डर इशू किया है 7/4/2026 को और इसके द्वारा जो भी एप्लीकेशंस पेंडिंग है फॉर कंसेंट टू एस्टैब्लिश या कंसेंट टू ऑपरेट, ऐसी सभी एप्लीकेशंस को 15 दिन के अंदर डिस्पोज करने के लिए कहा गया है। मैं आपको ये भी बताना चाहूँगी कि सीजीडी से संबंधित जो पाइपलाइन है वो ग्रीन कैटेगरी में होती है और जो फ्यूल डिस्पेंसिंग यूनिट्स हैं वो वाइट कैटेगरी के में आती हैं और वाइट कैटेगरी में होने के कारण उनको कंसेंट टू एस्टैब्लिश या कंसेंट टू ऑपरेट अंडर रेलेवेंट लॉज लेने की आवश्यकता नहीं होती है। मार्च 2026 से लेकर अब तक लगभग 4.68 लाख नए पीएनजी कनेक्शंस को गैसीफाई किया जा चुका है। लगभग 5,23,000 नए कस्टमर्स को भी रजिस्टर किया गया है। इसके अलावा 37,000 से अधिक ऐसे पीएनजी कस्टमर्स हैं जिन्होंने एलपीजी कनेक्शंस को सरेंडर किया है। हमारे पेट्रोल पंप पर भी ऑपरेशन नॉर्मल है और एडिक्वेट सप्लाई है पेट्रोल और डीजल की। रिफाइनरीज भी ऑप्टिमम कैपेसिटी पर ऑपरेट हो रही हैं। क्रूड इन्वेंट्री सफिशिएंट है। डोमेस्टिक एलपीजी प्रोडक्शन एनहांस हुआ है ताकि जो डोमेस्टिक सप्लाई है उसको सपोर्ट किया जा सके। और इसके अलावा पेट्रोकेमिकल से संबंधित कंपनीज को भी C3C4 मॉलिक्यूल्स का आवंटन किया गया है। लगभग 2,500 टन से अधिक प्रोपिलीन बेची जा चुकी है। कैरोसिन, जैसा कि आप जानते हैं, 48,000 KL का एडिशनल एलोकेशन किया था। रूटीन एलोकेशन के अलावा ये एडहॉक एलोकेशन को अगर हम देखें तो लगभग 14 ऐसे स्टेट्स हैं जिन्होंने SKO उठाया है। एनफोर्समेंट भी जारी है। कल भी लगभग 2900 रेड की गई हैं और इसी तरह जो PSU ऑयल मार्केटिंग कंपनीज के लोग हैं उनके द्वारा भी इंस्पेक्शन जारी है और लगभग 255 डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर्स पर अभी तक पेनल्टी इम्पोज की जा चुकी है। 65 को लगभग 65 डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर्स को सस्पेंड भी किया गया है। और अंत में मैं आपके माध्यम से सभी देशवासियों को ये कहना चाहूँगी कि हमारे पास सफिशिएंट सप्लाई है, इसलिए अफवाहों पर विश्वास न करें और आवश्यकता अनुसार ही पेट्रोल, डीजल और LPG को खरीदें। धन्यवाद।
Thanks, Sujata. Over to Shipping Ministry.
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon. The Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterways continues to coordinate with the Ministry of External Affairs, Indian missions and maritime stakeholders to ensure seafarer welfare and uninterrupted maritime operations. All Indian seafarers in the region are safe and no incident involving Indian flagged vessel has been reported in past 24 hours. The control room, that is DG Shipping Control Room, has handled 6,727 calls and more than 13,900 emails since its activation. In the past 24 hours, 147 calls and 276 emails have been received. Ministry has facilitated safe repatriation of more than 2,400 Indian seafarers so far, including 30 in the last 24 hours from various locations across the Gulf region. Port operations are normal across the country and with no congestion reported. Thank you.
Thank you. Over to Amy.
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon. We continue to monitor developments in the Gulf and West Asia region. Our efforts are focused on ensuring the safety, security, and welfare of the large Indian community in the region. We are in constant touch with the state governments and union territories for sharing information and to coordinate our efforts. Our dedicated special control room in the ministry is operational and working in coordination with our missions. Our missions and posts are operating round-the-clock helplines to provide timely assistance and address queries. They are proactively assisting our citizens. They also remain in close contact with the local governments. Updated advisories are being issued with information related to local government guidelines, flight and travel situation, consular services, and the various welfare measures being undertaken to support our community. Our missions are actively engaged with the resident Indian community in the region and are regularly interacting with the various Indian associations, organizations, professional groups, and Indian companies to address their concerns. We are according high priority to the welfare of Indian seafarers in the region. Our missions are extending all assistance to them, including coordination with the local authorities and agencies, extending consular assistance, facilitating communication with families in India, and assisting for requests to return to India. An update on the status of flights. Flights continue to operate from the region to India from countries where airspace is open. Since February 28th, around 10,38,000 passengers have traveled from the region to India. Airlines continue to operate limited non-scheduled commercial flights based on operational and safety considerations between UAE and India. Around 100 flights are expected to operate from UAE to India today. Flights are operating from various airports in Saudi Arabia and Oman to different destinations in India. With the Qatar airspace partially open, Qatar Airways is expected to operate around 10 flights today to India. Kuwait airspace remains open. Jazeera Airways of Kuwait and Kuwait Airways continue to operate non-scheduled commercial flights from Dammam Airport of Saudi Arabia to various destinations in India. Bahrain airspace is open. Gulf Air of Bahrain has announced that they are planning to start limited flight operations from Bahrain to India. Gulf Air is operating non-scheduled commercial flights from Dammam Airport of Saudi Arabia to various destinations in India. Iraq airspace is open and limited flight operations to destinations in the region for onward travel to India are available. Our embassy in Tehran has so far facilitated movement of 2,358 Indian nationals from Iran to Armenia and Azerbaijan for onward travel to India. This includes 1,041 Indian students and 657 Indian fishermen. Israel airspace is partially open with restricted flight operations. We continue to facilitate travel of Indian nationals from Israel through Jordan and Egypt to India. So, thank you.
Thank you. Now we'll take questions. First row, 67, 54, 214, 270.
Hi, Sapna Das here from CNBC TV 18. My question is to the shipping ministry. Just wanted to understand the status of our Indian flag vessels still in the state of Hormuz. Have the numbers moved anywhere? And also to the petroleum ministry. So a lot of estimates are coming out, various brokerages saying that the losses of OMCs have actually mounted. A report by Macquarie last week suggested some numbers like diesel is pretty bad, like $35 a liter is a loss, and petrol, it has come down a bit, but overall situation is not comfortable at all. So would the ministry like to share something on that perspective? Is it correct or what?
Thank you. I'm Azadi from PTI. My question is to Sujata ma'am. With the onset of summer, are we seeing a dip in the LPG consumption, LPG demand, particularly because winter seasons typically require more LPG? Number one. Number two, is there also a decline in the panic booking that we saw in March? Are we near normal situation right now, or it's still some way from normalcy? Thank you.
Hi, good evening, ma'am. My name is Danish Anand. I'm from NDTV Profit. I have a couple of questions. The first one is on the 15-day revision that the government had talked about, the reviewing of the export duty that was there. It hasn't been changed after that. So any update on that? And secondly, as far as the Russian crude is concerned, the US waiver is over now. So how are the OMCs purchasing the Russian crude? And besides this, there are also certain media reports that are suggesting that Indian OMCs are taking Iranian crude and they're paying in yuan. So anything on that?
Good evening, this is Atul Mathur from the Times of India. So Yata ma'am, wanted to know if you have city-wise breakup of PNG connections that have been gasified since March and new applications that have been received, if you could get the breakup of that as well. And apparently there are 307 geographical areas where PNG network is there, but there are quite a few where the number of connections is very less. So which are those priority areas where PNG expansion is being explored?
280 and 51, and then we'll come back to the first row, 60.
Ma'am, Prakash Predashi from ET now. So what is the current import position as far as LPG is concerned? Also,
Please repeat your question.
Import position, current import situation as far as LPG is concerned. Also, what is the status of domestic LPG production?
उनके आपके पीछे 51 के पीछे.
I am Ranjit from Malayalam Panorama, Kerala. Sir, Vizhinjam Port is undergoing a transformation to a maritime transshipment terminal to a global maritime hub. Mukesh sir, could you please elaborate your plan on Vizhinjam?
Hi, Sukal from the Indian Express. Couple of questions. One for Sujata ma'am. Ma'am, with the US Treasury Secretary saying that they're not going to extend the waivers on Russian crude, is that going to lead to some sort of an issue with regard to the diversification exercise that the refiners have undertaken? Considering that trade data suggests that in March, about 45% of India's oil imports came from Russia alone. Why I'm asking this specifically is because under US sanctions, refiners, if they import crude directly from sanctioned entities like Lukoil and Rosneft, as well as on sanctioned tankers, they could be exposed to secondary sanctions by the US. And second question, Mangal sir or Mahajan sir can take. Essentially, we've been now hearing reports and we've been getting some data that shipping vessel movements from the Strait of Hormuz have picked up slightly over the past few days, but we haven't had any India flagged vessel cross in say the last 3-4 days. So is there any sort of an update that you could help us with regard to the 15 Indian vessels that are still in the Persian Gulf? Thank you.
Before we take the answers, I request Asimji to add to his statement.
Thank you, ma'am. An update on the Hajj Pilgrimage 2026. The Ministry of Minority Affairs has issued a press release today regarding the commencement of Hajj Pilgrimage from India for the year 2026. The first batch of Indian Hajj pilgrims are scheduled to depart on 18th April 2026 for the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia from various embarkation points across the country. A total of 175,025 pilgrims are expected to undertake this sacred journey. Our embassy in Riyadh and consulate in Jeddah have been coordinating closely for the preparations with the Ministry of Minority Affairs and the concerned Saudi authorities, including the Ministry of Hajj and Umrah. They are operationally ready to receive the pilgrims. The Government of India accords the highest priority to the welfare and well-being of the pilgrims. We are committed to ensuring a smooth and comfortable pilgrimage experience. We extend our best wishes to all pilgrims undertaking the pious Hajj pilgrimage. For further details, kindly refer to the press release which has been issued by the Ministry of Minority Affairs earlier today. Thank you.
Thank you. Sujata, we'll begin with answer.
So, as you are already aware that there is lot of volatility in the international market with respect to prices, and repeatedly we have also informed all of you that there is a huge increase in the price of crude in international market. And as far as, I mean, the very specific question about loss, I will not be able to answer because this is something which has to come in their balance sheet. Summer, yes, LPG demand is expected to come down. Bookings have declined, and I mean, now we are witnessing booking in the range of 46 lakhs to 50 lakhs, which was more than 50 lakhs earlier. And the deliveries, as I have told you, is normal. Duty, I think Ministry of Finance can give the better answer for this. City gas connections, I don't have the data right now. I have given you on the overall numbers. Domestic production of LPG, I will like to say that it is fluctuating in the range of 46,000 to 50,000 TMT, 50,000 ton. And you know that with some rationalization in terms of increasing the booking period, and also the rationalization in terms of commercial LPG, the domestic demand for LPG is around 80 TMT per day. So that's other thing. Regarding waiver, I mean, we are not the right people to answer it. For us, our demand, we have to meet the demand of our people in the country, and our oil marketing companies are making all efforts to line up the cargoes so that the domestic demand can be met. Thank you. मैंने कहा था 50 लाख से अधिक घरों को हमने LPG सिलेंडर डिलीवर किया है. हाँ. It's a natural trend. You have higher demand in winters, and then the demand is little bit towards a lower, side on during the summers.
Thank you, Shipping Minister.
Thank you. So 3 questions were asked. First was whether any Indian flagged vessel has crossed from Strait of Hormuz. So if that is the case, we will be the first person to inform. So that means nothing has crossed in last 24 hours. Again, there was a question that some news is there that some of the vessels have started crossing the Strait of Hormuz. So mainly, I'll say that we are more interested if any of the Indian flagged vessel has crossed. So that is not the case. As regard the other vessels, crossing is one thing. Another thing is whether those vessels have reached to the port. That is another aspect. So beyond that, I will not be able to comment anything. So no, that is what
So
I'm
he's
telling.
answered that.
That is what I'm telling. Exactly, this is what I have answered. So Indian vessel has not crossed, and if at all other vessels have crossed, so we are yet to see if any vessel has reached to any port. That is very important thing. Another thing was that Vininjam port, it is developing into transshipment hub container port. So yes, it's a very very welcoming thing which is happening to this country, that we are having now transshipment port on the western side of our western coast of our country. It's a deep draft port, and as you know, this is on PPP mode to a private operator by government of Kerala, and its distance from the major shipping line is hardly 10 nautical mile. So that's the advantage, and which is a very good thing. Suppose we develop some transshipment port in our country, so in that case our foreign exchange outflow is restricted. So yes, it is developing, and day by day it is picking up also. What See, global maritime hub means what? Means it is developing into transshipment port. So it's basically, you can say port or hub, that is the same meaning, is the same only. So basically right now, for example, for that reason earlier Colombo port was the main transshipment hub, which somebody will call hub, somebody will call port. So Colombo was the transshipment hub. So for some of the traffic, it has diverted to Vininjam. So it has diverted to our own country. So it's a welcoming thing which is happening. Thank you.
Okay, 189, last question.
Thank you for letting me ask a question. I'm Tuesh from Economic Times. Sir, can we expect any updates in the advisories that have been issued to major ports? And also, I read a report which said that the concessions are supposed to be extended over to April and further. So, any updates on that, sir?
Yeah, very good question. So basically, we have right now also a meeting is going on with the stakeholders. So we are having regular meetings with the stakeholders like exporters, Department of Commerce, and others, APEDA. So what we are suggesting to them, that wherever you find any problem, and we are also calling the ports also, either they can then and there they can raise their issues, and ports are sorting out their issues. Like I'll give one example, like one of the port has extended up to April, full April they have extended. So individual ports wise, they are extending the benefits, and beyond this also we have now started displaying on their website that which container is eligible for the concession which they have given, so that transparently it is passed on to the exporter. So some of the actions are like that, they have to like back to station, back to city containers are there. So those kind of things are there where it can be sorted out by the port themselves. There cannot be any some kind of central guideline, but we have issued advisories that kindly take care of their issues and make sure that whatever benefit we can extend, we should extend. Just for one example, maybe 3-4 days back, we calculated JNPT port alone has given benefit of around 22 crore rupees till that time.
Thank you. And okay, 4.
Sir, apologies, I came late and I'm not sure if this question has already been asked. I'm Rajesh from Bloomberg. Sujata ma'am, 2 questions I wanted to seek your reaction to. Has the central bank asked state-run refiners to curb spot dollar purchases and instead go for a special credit line to meet their foreign exchange needs? And secondly, are refiners buying Iranian crude and making payment in yuan through ICICI Bank? Thank you.
Regarding central bank, I also have seen it through media only, so I cannot confirm it or otherwise. Crude purchase, repeatedly I have said that we, and just now for, I mean, similar thing I have already answered, that meeting our domestic, need is the most important thing for us. And within the, the rules and I mean, of the government of India, our oil marketing companies are operating. Thank you.
Thank you, friends. Thank you, officers. Thank you all.